We live yet?
We are live
There it goes.
on the air.
Almost didn't see it. What's today?
Today
I thought you was ready.
I am, but I had something.
Oh, you want to say something else?
No.
Oh,
I know it's October 22nd.
Yeah.
But I looked at my watch to see what the date was, and I was thinking this time and 1 month from now we're going to be talking about putting turkey on the table.
sure will.
I mean, it is going to be here before we know it.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
And then it'll be
Christmas.
a Christmas turkey on the table.
But now you don't get away with Halloween before Christmas is already here.
Yeah, no, they
Basically.
already.
It's just, you just skip everything else and go straight to Christmas.
It's like boom, 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 boom.
But anyway.
They just spread them out.
Anyway, it is October the 22nd at 4 o'clock here in, well, it's 4:01 now, in Alabama. So
I saw on the thermometer a second ago is 87 degrees outside.
And I have long sleeves on.
It was 45 degrees this
I
morning.
was fixing to say it was cool this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had that turned off.
You don't.
I don't, but I thought I did. I think a lot of things today, but I may not be absolutely accurate. So y'all just hold your breath and hope I'm telling you correctly.
Oh, I wonder what's the temperature over there where y'all are right now. I want to know.
Temperature.
Is it 87? Are y'all feeling
or
fallish over there? 74 in Colorado.
That's quite comfortable.
That is comfortable.
We were there a couple of weeks ago. Not in Colorado.
I was about to say, when did we go to Colorado?
No, temperature-wise.
71, 78.
Oh, those are looking much better than our temperatures.
It's 80 in Pennsylvania, 55 in Oregon.
That's a little too chilly. I'm going to have to go a little bit.
So everybody's pretty much 70s or 80. Ooh, 49. I don't know where they're from. 49.
Cape Cod.
Was 49?
Yeah. Cape Cod. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't think so. It didn't have a place. It just said 49.
Well,
I can't. 86 in Arkansas.
I tell you, it needs to get cool and stay cool, because when you dress in the morning, it's hard to start taking stuff off.
Yeah, I done learned to put a short sleeve shirt on and a jacket.
Yeah, well, I hadn't learned yet. I'm still in training. One day I'll get there. But I did have to
95 in West Oklahoma. Man, they're up there.
I did have to take Mary Carl to the orthodontist today in Montgomery, and I had to leave here at 10 o'clock, and it was still kind of cool then. So I didn't want to get in the office over there and, need a long sleeve. So
yeah, and it could have been cool in the office.
That's what I mean.
Could have had the air going. I noticed lately that a lot of offices are freezing now.
Yeah, Mary Carl even took a sweater because she knew what to expect. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't know what was going on today, but not a lot of teeth getting worked on.
Really?
Usually every chair in that office is full, but it was not like that today. So, I don't know. But I do know that she has these bands that go around each bracket. So they ask her every time, what color do you want? She gets to pick 2 colors. She can do one color on the top, one color on the bottom, or either alternate them.
Right.
And so the girl told her to choose while she did something. She got back. Mary Carl had her colors chosen, and I tried to pick, and she wouldn't let me. She let me do that one time, and she had consent. But then they said that pink is October Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah.
If you choose pink, we will put your name on the wall and donate $1 to breast cancer awareness. So her color choice went from whatever she picked to pink.
Oh.
And I was happy because breast cancer. I don't know where the money went, but somebody got $1 for breast cancer.
Good deal.
That was nice of them to offer that.
That is nice enough.
Yeah, there was a lot of names, so there's a lot of pink braces going around.
Good. Good deal.
Use that office anyway.
So we had a pretty fun video that came out yesterday.
Yes.
And I think my stomach's still hurting from laughing so hard.
It was quite amusing. And we got some emails and some messages that you guys thoroughly enjoyed it too.
These, when we put the hats, and we've had the hats for a little bit, probably several weeks.
Yes.
And I was just waiting for the right time to use the hats, and I wanted to, get closer to Halloween because they were kind of Halloween hats, I thought.
Yeah.
And
fall for sure.
Fall for sure. I never thought about putting them on the goats.
No.
But I must say, the goats were absolutely hilarious. And Tip, I swear, do you remember when Tip was little? He'd take that bucket and get it stuck on his head.
Yes.
And he'd walk around the pasture running into the fence with a bucket on his head, and he never would try to get the bucket off. It was like a game to him.
I remember it. It seems like that was yesterday too.
I think Tip was having flashbacks with that hat on his head. That he had that bucket back on his head.
Oh, Tip. He's a special one, that's for sure.
He is.
What's Dee Dee doing?
I don't know what she's doing.
I wish she would just get up here and settle down because her little feet are just all over the floor. Come on. Come on.
When Tip was looking down and he was looking at the kids, and was it Martha or Mabel that stood up and aired up?
I think it was Mabel because she looked at him like, buddy, you have really lost it.
Oh my goodness.
They probably wish he would leave that hat on. He's if there is a bully of the group, he's the bully, but it's not continuous. It's just like when there's feeding time, and of course the babies don't eat with him anyway. Well, come on. All right, no more Dee Dee walking.
She's gonna jump down.
No, she's not. So of course they don't eat together, but you know that they have to be a little bit leery of him because they know he's like the leader.
He's the boss.
He's the boss.
Mm-hmm.
He don't care what Peaches says. Tip's the boss.
He's the boss.
He's the boss. So I bet when they saw him with that hat on, they just thought, they fixed you up good, didn't they?
And didn't try to get it off.
No, didn't try to get it off. Who was it the other day that got a bucket stuck on their head? It was one of the babies. It was Curtis, wasn't it?
It was Kurt.
Because we went to try to take a picture or something.
He got it off real quick. Tip used to get him on his head all the time.
And he would just look. He would just stand like this.
He couldn't see nothing.
No.
He couldn't see a thing. And would just be walking around with that bucket on his head and clanking into the side of the fence because he couldn't see where he was going.
And Curtis, he had an immediate fit. When he had the bucket on his head, he was trying to get it off. And, it was unlike Tip in any way.
Oh, my gracious. Then, of course, Topper was just cool. The cucumber he's put on, he's like, you know what? I know
this is my hat.
This is me. I wear it, and this is the way it is. Appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. I wish we would try to get it on one of the Nubians, but I don't think they would have been.
Well, I did Fifi, and she wasn't having it.
They're not. They're kind of party poopers.
I bet Joe will let you. I'll man the gate, and you try to get it on Joe.
I need one of those plastic.
Like a hard hat?
No, like a rain hat that's shaped like that.
And cut the ears out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I need something I can rinse off to put on.
I had one of those when I was little. It was like a shower curtain material.
There was what was it? Pennington? Is that what? There was a bear.
Yeah, the Paddington.
Paddington, and it was yellow.
Yeah.
And he wore it.
Yep.
That's the one I'm thinking about.
Yep.
I
had a red one when I was little. I remember it.
Or a fireman hat.
Oh goodness.
And cut the ears out for it. Like the plastic fireman hat that we used to get when we were kids.
Well, yeah. You're still gonna have to get in there with him though. So you just be thinking about that because you're talking about what kind of hat you want, so I'm gonna get it for you.
Yeah.
To put on it. But then Mo's got to have one too. There's no way one can have one without the other.
We'll get 2 fireman hats.
2 fireman hats. Okay.
The kids ones, the plastic ones.
Mm-hmm.
Cut the holes out.
I don't think that's going to work. I don't think it's going to sit down right. It's got to be that flexible material.
I don't know.
But we had fun with the hats. It was
I tell you, I did not expect it to go that way.
Well, Honey just, she was fine.
I actually thought that the donkeys would have been, cool like they were. I did. But I thought that they would have just, had it on for a few minutes and said, "Hey, this is cute," and then,
Took it off.
took it off.
Not walked around.
Not walked around for 2 hours with it. That's what I did.
Goodness.
But it was fun. It was definitely fun. And the one we didn't put on that I didn't use says it's a birthday one.
Yeah, it says happy birthday all over it.
So we'll have to use it for everybody's birthday.
Whoever's birthday it is will have to wear the hat.
Mhm.
And that's a lot of birthdays.
It's a lot of birthdays.
But there's also a lot of birthdays that we don't have written down.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have to do some digging and some research to figure out everybody's birthday.
But the calendar's got most on there. We'll have to double check and see.
I don't think we have like Bootsies and Tips and Toppers.
That's true.
And Bo Peep and Bo Peep gave us a scare yesterday. And it usually happens with Mo.
Mo does it so much that
we don't even look at it.
It doesn't even bother me anymore.
But Bo, meaning Bo Peep, our little black Nigerian dwarf tiny goat. All the goats are out in the pasture walking around. Some of them were laying down, but Bo was laying completely flat. And we honked the horn like 3 times. We yelled out the window because we were on the way out. And Jason jumped out of the truck and goes running out in the pasture.
I did.
Of course, when he gets halfway there, she
gets up.
"What
I'm
you doing?"
hollering, clapping, never moves. And, it kind of scares you when any of them, it don't matter if it's the goats. Mildred's the worst, too.
Yeah,
Moody doesn't do it.
Mm-mm.
But Mildred will lay completely flat out on their side or whatever. And you just think the worst. Mo does it more than anybody.
Yes.
Mildred's probably second. Those two are.
And to know that Bo doesn't do it very often made it even worse.
Yeah, I don't. Matter of fact, I can't think of many times, if any, Bo Peep doing that.
No. But y'all, she was fine. She was fine. She just gave us a little slight heart attack.
Catching the sun.
Catching the sun.
We came back by later when we came back from town from running errands, and Bootsy was doing the same thing. Lay completely out. Oh, goodness, it scares you. Oh, horses would do it. I remember horses would do it.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it worries me. We got, we pass by a couple of pastures every time. We always know the horses and the animals there. And there's one that always has horses in it. And about every 5th time we go by there's a horse laid out in the middle of the thing.
And you always think, oh, that horse is colic and laying down, because they don't need to do that, obviously, when they're and it just tugs at your heartstrings thinking something's wrong.
I will from time to time toot the horn.
Yeah.
Because it just worries me.
Yeah.
And should I stop and tell the neighbors that the horses,
And they're just in relax mode.
They are.
We've never done that to somebody's animal and it actually really been something wrong. So
me and T said their alpacas do it.
Scary.
Yeah, it is scary. It's absolutely scary. Really scary.
Now dogs don't scare us because that's their behavior all the time.
That's pretty common.
That's
but
what
if a horse is laid down, it could be colicking. A goat could be having bloat. A cow could have bloat. There's things there. The donkeys could be, could have colic. So I mean, there's reasons to worry when you see them laid out there, not moving. And especially not responding when you're honking the horn or whistling or clapping.
Bo was out.
Bo was out cold.
She was.
Mo usually gets up, but and Mildred usually gets up. Bo was she was sleeping hard.
She was.
She was probably dreaming about Tipper and Topper in them hats.
She probably was.
That's what I think.
And Bootsy was probably saying, they look ridiculous. Oh, goodness.
Oh, my gracious. Well, Tennessee did it.
Yep, they sure did.
I forgot about that. The whole state of Tennessee, and they tore the goalpost down.
Did they really?
I cannot believe they tore the goalpost.
Well, you didn't tell me that.
I actually, it was over with, and I didn't know it really till the next day, because I thought, Alabama's number 7. It's not like Alabama was number 1 or anything like that, and they tore the goalpost down.
Well, I guess since Vandy did it, they couldn't be outdone.
I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure if it made it to the river or not, though.
I bet it did. I bet it did. I mean, they didn't just throw it down and leave it there.
I
They
don't
took
know.
it somewhere.
I don't know. But yeah.
I
So
did not know about the goalpost.
so Alabama's made like $250,000 for these losses and the goalposts
Yeah,
being
yeah.
going down.
They might keep on losing. You reckon? Let's hope
Oh,
not.
okay.
Let's hope not.
Oh, Michael Key said he looks bloated when he lays down.
Does he?
Yeah. Michael, how'd your fishing trip go, buddy? Michael went red fishing and he sent me a picture of this big old fish they caught. I probably won't ever find it now.
Oh, you sent it to me. I can find it.
Hang on, let me see that big old fish they caught. It's gone.
It was a big one.
Oh, it was a group text. I got a group text with Michael and Ryan the roaster. So I may not ever
you
find
think
it.
Ryan the roaster cooked the fish for him?
No.
If he did, I hope he didn't roast it in his coffee roaster.
Oh, goodness. Oh, but I'm glad Mike had a good time.
Yes.
I'm going to have to do some inshore fishing.
I tell you, that was fun. That was
I'll
a
do
lot
that.
of fun.
We really have to do that. That was a ton of fun. Speaking of fun, we had a good day on Saturday. Michael, we caught several specks, but not many reds, and that's speckled trout and not many redfish. But them speckled trout eat good.
Yes.
They do. They eat really good. We had we had fun Saturday.
We did. Not as much fun as Michael, but close.
Close. Our friends at Calfee Cattle, they had a farmer's market open, which is more like a market day type thing.
Yeah, vendor day is what they
Vendor
call
day. Okay. Vendor day. And we really didn't know what to expect. And I was hoping there was going to be a bladesmith there, and there wasn't. So I didn't get my homemade knife.
False information by Brooke. I told y'all you got to beware.
I didn't get my my homemade knife. That's okay. There's a local guy. Clack told me about him, so I may have something in the works getting that homemade knife. But anyways, we I didn't know what to expect, but that was a way bigger crowd than I ever expected.
Well, it was the first one they've ever had. And for that to be the first event, the turnout was incredible.
It was big, and it was a lot of people there. It was a lot of vendors there.
It was at their house. I mean, people set up, down the driveway, and it's really it's in an area called Maplesville, and it's not a very populated area. So people had to have come from far and wide to make that event successful, and they did.
They did. It was great. We had a really, really good time. Took Holly.
Mary Carl was going to go with us, but she decided that she was going to the pumpkin patch that afternoon, that she didn't want to do two big things in one day. So she stayed home, and Holly was looking pitiful. She knows every time Jason's going somewhere, it's just like she's got her glasses on, and she is.
We got a net.
I know, I see it. And she is letting him know you're not getting away from him. Mary Carl says, "Why don't you take Holly with you?"
And I was already debating it.
Well, then when we pulled up,
we saw that many people.
And it's not that she's misbehaved, but we started second guessing bringing Holly. But it was good.
Yep.
It was really good. It was a big turnout, a lot of vendors, and I'm even thinking about having a booth next time she does it.
Might do it.
Just because it was fun.
It was fun. It was all these locals, and oh my gracious. So I'm trying to think what all we got. So we got some homemade barbecue sauce, peach barbecue sauce.
He had all different kinds, but the peach was by far our favorite.
And our second favorite, and I know this is not going to sound delicious, was dill pickle.
Dill pickle barbecue sauce.
And I guess it was sort of like kind of like apple cider vinegar. Maybe having a little bit more, that little bit vinegar twang to it. It wasn't like dill pickle.
No, but you can. If you tasted it, you would say, "Hey, that tastes like a pickle."
Mm-hmm. It was the perfect balance, and it was really, really, really good. So we bought several jars of it.
Mm-hmm.
Bought some homegrown tomatoes. I done
Yes.
had, I think, 6 BLTs since Saturday. Bought, what else did we get, Brooke? Oh my gracious. You got a little crochet thing from Mary Carl. There was a crochet artist there. And oh man, I'm trying to think.
Some
I remember,
creamed honey.
oh, we got some creamed honey.
Whipped honey.
Whipped honey. It was chocolate and cinnamon.
And we tried a bunch of different kinds, and
did.
everything she offered was good. So some whipped honey, and Rachel's got some ideas in the works, but she doesn't have it perfected yet. So.
That's right. We've tried some different flavors of honey, and I like these. These were pretty good.
These were good.
These were really good.
And the lady that was offering was super nice. She wanted us to taste everything and get our favorite. So just you know, I always feel bad about taking a bunch.
Well, even the barbecue guy, he was letting us taste everything. He'd even let us taste the seasoning.
I was like, we'll share a spoon because he was just coming out with them faster than he could fix them up.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm missing something that we bought besides when I'm fixing to show everybody. But we pass it, I don't know how many times. It's on County Road 16. It's on the same road as the Flying Peach.
Nope, you turn.
Okay. That. I know we pass it going to the Flying Peach every time.
It's on 16, so it's after 37 is the Flying Peach Road. And then you turn left on 16 like going to Selma. Okay. That's where it is. We saw it when we went to Maplesville.
And Harrison Lake.
Yes.
We pass it going to Harrison Lake.
Yes.
We pass it a lot.
Yes. But not when we go to Flying Peach.
Okay. And they always have these decorative, mainly, I didn't get my belt. There wasn't a leathersmith there. I didn't mean to interrupt it, and I saw this. And, but there wasn't a local handmade leather belt.
When we first got there was some belts, and we thought that there was a local artisan there, but they weren't. They were just selling.
They were just selling belts. And so I didn't want to buy it. I want one from somebody that
you want to hold on.
I do.
But we got some emails from some people that gave us some leathersmith contacts.
Okay, cool.
And you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Well, it was sent to both of us.
Okay.
But I guess since I responded, then one of them was in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Okay, cool.
So yes,
that's cool.
Got some contacts. So if we don't find anything local, we can reach out past here. And get you a good belt.
Good. So back to the birdhouses.
Right.
So there's this it's their house, and they always got on the weekends fresh hot boiled peanuts for sale, and they always got all this birdhouses and this cute little woodworking stuff. And I cannot tell you how many times going to Harrison Lake, especially me and Mary Carl, that I thought about stopping there and looking at the birdhouses because they're so pretty and cool and beautiful, and I know they're handmade there.
So I had in my mind that they were by the Flying Peach too. So when we went Sunday, I took Mary Carl to the lake. Jason was editing. We met these people Saturday, and I said, I'm gonna look and see what else they've got out there. So I just knew it was by the Flying Peach.
I did too.
And so I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking, and then we turn on 16. And it's down there.
Okay. I thought it was on 16 before the
I thought it was too.
But it's not.
It fooled me because
I got you.
It's not. But anyway.
Somebody said Cody at Bar 7 makes. I didn't know Cody at Bar 7 makes. I'm going to write that down. I didn't know that. But anyways, I can't tell you how many times I wanted to stop. Well, for the locals that are in this area, you're probably going to know where we're talking about. It's on County Road 16.
They said that they have cheap business cards is what they call it.
Yeah, they do.
And they had it written on a little notepad.
Oh, you got the address.
Yeah, it's and I didn't realize this is what it was called until I got the note card out. They call it T and She.
T and She. Almost like me and T.
Yep, that's right. T and she woodcrafts. And
Oh.
the husband, I told the husband we would share it, and he said, "Please do, because I got over 100 birdhouses."
But they don't ship.
They don't ship.
That's why we said for the locals. So yeah, the
No.
locals.
But anyway, I've got the information for anybody that's local. Send me an email, and I will give you their phone number or their address, and you can get a birdhouse from them.
So let me show you the birdhouse we bought. We bought this one. We thought this one was too cool right here.
It's a glass jar for the nesting part,
which we thought was really, really cool. You really love this one.
It caught my eye. And then there was a little lady standing there, and that's the one she wanted. And I said, "Look," I said, "you get the birdhouse."
Yeah, we were like, "No, you take it." And she was like, "No, no, 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 no." So
I said, "I'm local, and I can go back and get it anytime." And she said, "Well, I'm local too, and I'll go back and I'll get it."
So that was one. And then we got this one, which is a platform. This is bird feeder.
A platform feeder, like for peanuts or
mealworms.
Yeah.
That's what I've been putting on mine too.
You could even put some oranges on there, and maybe you'd have an Oriole come.
You can put anything on there for your platform style birds that don't like the feeders, which are your jays and your woodpeckers, and I think bluebirds like the bugs too. Because I've been putting the mealworms in it. We got one, but it's just a cheap plastic one. This
one's made much better.
Way better.
Way
better.
Plus, you're supporting somebody local.
That's right.
And he did a good job on it too.
He did do a good job on them.
I mean, he did. Intricate details.
They look. I didn't ask him, but from just looking at the wood, it looks like it's made out of cedar.
Smell it.
Well, it does. It smells like cedar. So I'm got a feeling this is cedar, and it looks like it's got like a clear on it too. So it's beautiful.
Well, nonetheless, as soon as we got there, we bought the birdhouses, and I asked them if they would hold them for us until we got finished shopping, and of course they did. But the funny thing was, I'll let you talk about that part.
The funny thing is that they're huge fans.
Yes, and we had no idea.
No idea.
So they were like, he said, "Hey, Holly," and Holly was like, "How do you know my name?" And when we went to leave, he said, "I'll see y'all tomorrow." He meant on
the videos.
On a video.
That's right. But, huge fans. Then we met another person that was a big fan and watches every video. And they had a son that was blind.
Yes.
And the son was, oh my gosh, sharp as a tack.
Very, very educated kid.
He went.
I say kid. He was probably 20.
Yeah, he had to be in his early 20s. Went to, closest I can tell you is Madrid, Spain.
But first of all, you got to tell what's wrong with him.
I know he's blind.
Yeah, I know, but you didn't say he was blind.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's blind and went to Madrid, 3 hours south of Madrid, Spain.
Yes.
By himself to teach over there. With I don't know exactly. They didn't get into details what he was teaching, but it was teaching other blind
for
kids.
8 months, he stayed alone without his parents.
Yes.
And y'all, he showed us pictures. It was just beautiful. He's ready to go back. He said that Spain just caters to disabled people more than you could ever imagine.
Yep.
The toothpaste had Braille on it in the bathroom in the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So just an outstanding young man.
Yep.
And was from Coleman.
That's right. They were from Coleman.
And
his dad was the big fan of the channel.
And he said, "Liam," he said, "have you ever heard of Cog Hill Farm?" And Liam said, "Well, I might have a time or two." So it just so happened that they were there, nothing to do with us. They were there, and we got to meet. He stood out in my heart.
He did,
big time, because
he was special.
He was special.
And he was just interning.
And could work his phone like me or you could.
Oh my gracious! So
better than me.
He wanted to show us pictures of his trip, and so he's got them categorized, and I couldn't hear it, but I could see him sticking his phone up to his ear, so he knew where that that file was with
mhm.
his Spain pictures on them, and showed us the pictures, and it was just beautiful,
It
absolutely
was.
beautiful,
It was.
beautiful, beautiful.
Did you hear him telling me about they went on the slow train to get to where Liam was stationed?
No,
He said they took a slow train
Uh-huh.
from Madrid to wherever his location was, and said that it took forever to
Uh-huh.
get there. And the daddy said that he appreciated it because the scenery was good,
Right.
to get Liam to his location. He said on the way back, after they dropped Liam off, they took the fast train and it went 165 miles an hour.
Jeez.
I said, I think I better stay on the slow train.
Oh my gracious.
Can you imagine?
I can't imagine.
I've never ridden on a train except for at the zoo. So
I can't imagine.
I've always said that would be fun to
It
take
would.
the train from Birmingham to New Orleans.
Yes.
I think it would be fun.
And we've talked about that. It's Tuscaloosa.
Well, there's one in
Oh, is it in Birmingham too? I know there's one that leaves out Tuscaloosa as well.
but you see these tours advertised from time to time. It might be a scam on Facebook. You can travel around the whole country for like $159 on a train.
It might be a scam.
I'll probably get on the train in Tuscaloosa and never come back. I don't know what they're gonna do with me,
Oh
but
my goodness.
they got plans.
Oh goodness.
They got plans. They're gonna get me on that train, and I'll never see Alabama again.
Oh gracious. Oh, but it was fun, and we saw some people we hadn't seen in a while.
Of course, we saw Dana Calfee.
There was something else we bought. I got my hat.
You didn't forget. You forgot about this part. This was the major pinpoint moment of the whole event. Okay,
I remember now.
I was going.
I know why I forgot, because it's gone. But go ahead.
It's long gone. I was going to this event because I showed y'all the picture that Dana was making peanut brittle. Well, it was nut brittle is what she called it.
Yeah.
And she makes it homemade. And I've never had hers before, but I've seen it and I know it looks good. But I've always been a good girl and not bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was going to be a bad girl. I was going with the intentions of buying the nut brittle.
Mm-hmm.
So I did. Jason doesn't like peanut brittle.
It's so hard. I don't like how hard it is.
So immediately, while we're still there,
Yep.
while we're still talking to people, I'm chomping on my brittle. I never offered him a piece of it. We get in the car,
Yep.
I'm still chomping on my brittle. And he says, let me have a piece of that brittle.
Let me try it, because I never eat it.
I never saw the brittle again.
It was good.
It was soft brittle, he called it.
It was not. It would not break your teeth. It was
melt in your mouth.
It was good. That's the best peanut brittle I've ever had, hands down, ever. And it was so good.
It was so good. And we ate the entire bag before we got home.
Yeah.
Not like we were a long way away, but still. It was a lot of brittle for us two to eat in that amount of time. It was really good.
That's why I forgot the brittle, was because we ate it all.
And we've had jerky that she made before, and it was phenomenal.
Yes, and they didn't have any of that. I would have got some of it as well.
So her husband tells us that he was glad we were there, and he appreciated us sharing the event.
Mm-hmm.
And he had some people contact about the event, and he says that the people that have contacted were more so interested in Dana's recipes.
Yeah.
And he informed us that Dana could cook, and I know she can cook because I see on her Facebook page, which is not, they're not really selling anything on their Facebook page. It's just to engage people.
Right.
But she puts like my grandma's pot roast recipe and such as that on there. That tells me she can cook. When you're sharing your grandma's recipes,
that's right.
You can cook.
You can cook.
So maybe next time she'll offer full-fledged dinners or something.
Maybe.
Everything we've ever tried, from the meat that they grow out on their farm to the sweets to the
peanut brittle.
What do you call that stuff? Jerky. Everything we've ever tried that she's made, it's been wonderful.
It is. I wanted to get some bacon from them, but we didn't bring a cooler, so we didn't get any bacon.
We didn't bring a cooler, but I told Jason I was going to run back over there because we really don't eat that much pork.
We don't.
I don't think we would be interested in buying, like a half or a quarter.
No.
Because we wouldn't eat it. But bacon is something that they had a T-shirt for sale. It said "Body by Bacon." Pretty clever, huh?
It was clever.
Body by Bacon.
Oh
But,
man.
they sell individual cuts of meat,
Yeah,
and
they do.
that's very interesting for people that don't want to have a whole freezer full.
And she shares the recipes on her Facebook page.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
CALFEE cattle.
Calfee Cattle.
Yep. She's got a YouTube channel, but she says she's not very active. And I know why, because their internet is not very good.
Yeah.
So in order to upload a video, they start today and it's ready by Saturday. Right?
That's right.
It's uploaded Saturday.
It takes a long time.
Takes a long time.
No, I empathize with them dearly.
Mm-hmm.
Until we get out here, I know exactly what it's like.
And when we looked at this property, we thought, ugh, it's not going to have good internet. And one of the main reasons for purchasing this property was the internet that we have now was going to be available in a short period of time.
Fiber.
And lo and behold, we got right when you started staying here in the camper before we had even moved.
Just because of the internet.
Just because of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they don't have our internet, and they're just 15 miles down the road.
It's crazy.
Makes all the difference.
Crazy.
We're very fortunate, aren't we, Catherine? She has it too. Simple access.
Does she?
Mm-hmm.
So she's got fiber too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wanted to tell everybody again, thank you for all the advice about my back. My back is not 100%. Seems to be like a roller coaster. It seems like one day it feels fine, and then the next day it don't feel good. And the next day it feels okay, and the next day it don't feel good. But there was one thing that stood out because it got what word am I looking for? It got
good reviews.
Recommended to me more than anything.
Okay.
And that was turmeric. Did I say it right?
Well, that's not how I say it, but that may be correct.
Turmeric. Is that how you say it, guys? I know y'all know.
I say turmeric.
Is it turmeric?
But I don't know if that's right or not.
Turmeric?
We just know what we're referring to. So I looked for you some today. And I bought some. See it. Oh, did you? Okay.
Should have told you. I bought some. It'll be here in the next few days.
Well, a lot of times I went to TJ Maxx because
I said it right.
I went with
No, they said you said it right.
I'm telling you, it doesn't matter.
I say it like Brooke.
Somebody
said they say it like Brooke, okay. And somebody says I'm correct. So I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It don't matter. They know what
it doesn't matter.
Wordsmith, whatever, we know. But I was in TJ Maxx, and they a lot of times have a lot of name brand stuff that's still in good date.
Yeah.
And I thought I could get you a good brand.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't have any.
They didn't have any. So. I did get some. I tell you, I bet that was recommended by like 3-1 over everything that was given to me. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, I got a bulge disc. I know it. And so I know that bulge is done poked out and it's pushing up against my sciatic nerve. And eventually it'll go back in and then I will feel fine. So I gotta be patient and not do anything crazy. Main thing is just bending over. I'm trying not to bend over. And that's hard to do. It is really hard not to bend forward because you do that a million times a day. And it does got black pepper in it. So somebody said black pepper. It does got black pepper in it.
Wonder if you're gonna need a Tums after you take it.
I don't know.
That's what I think of. Is
Maybe not. Maybe not.
I can tell by the look on his face.
Somebody says it gives him heartburn.
Oh, there we go.
So I may have to take the.
That's okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay. If it fixes your back, I bet you can handle the heartburn.
You're probably right. But that was so I cannot tell you how many people sent me an email or message and said, this has been a lifesaver for me, or this was a game changer for me with my back.
Right.
And so I'm going to give it a shot. I still do. I do all these stretches and all that, and it just takes time for that bulge to work itself back in, and it will. I've had this forever, so I know what it's like, and it's eventually going to fix itself. And because I really I'm not in a situation where I got to have back surgery or anything like that. It'll work itself out. But that was when another one was something called a TENS unit. That was probably the second one turmeric was number one by far.
I can't help but laugh.
And then a tinge unit was second. And I may look into getting one of those too. So it's like I'm guessing when I saw the picture of it, I figured out what I kind of figured what it is, but I'm guessing it you put little
Suction cup.
patches on you and it maybe does a like electric shock or something. I'm not quite for sure.
That sounds kind of like that thing my mama used to use to shake the weight off of her.
Yeah, I think so. And Paula, you're right. The older you get, the longer it takes for it to fix itself. You're absolutely right. I know that.
But he's had some really good days where he says, I think it's gone.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's gone. And then the next thing you know, he does something he probably shouldn't.
Yeah, because I feel good and I can't sit still and I just.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
I tell you what feels the best, and that is, y'all can't see it, but y'all know we left our upstairs and everything's exposed. So we got rafters that are exposed. And I never did like the inversion table. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the blood rushing to my head. I didn't like how it pulled on my knees.
Are you fixing to tell me that you hang from these rafters?
Yeah, but not upside down.
Oh, no, right side up.
Right side up. I just grab onto them and just hang and let that weight pull, yourself? And it just decompresses that spine. And it's by far the best thing ever. And I know that's eventually going to
bring the house down.
Out. Nah, I hope it don't. If it does, I'm going to call Brant.
Yeah.
Speaking of Brant, we just missed Brant at the Calfee market day.
Brant's boys were there with Brant's wife, Miss Rachel, and Brant's mama and brother,
who we haven't met before.
No, we haven't. But they all were pulling in when we were headed out, and Brant was on his way, but we missed him.
And that's Brant the Builder.
Brant the Builder.
Y'all been with us for a while, then y'all know Mr. Brant. So
I wish we had.
Wish
we had something for Brant to build right now. I'm kind of missing old Brant the Builder. I don't want to build another house though, and I don't want to live in a camper.
That's right. So somebody said get the tinge unit. So what is the tinge unit? Am I right? Does it like electric shock? I mean, what does it do? I'm not quite sure what it does.
A saltwater pool. Now you're talking.
A saltwater pool.
Phyllis. Yes, but Brant can't build that.
Brant can't build that.
Mr. Greg probably can.
We need to get Mr. Greg back over here too.
Mr. Greg can come and dig us a pool. Jason swimming would help you tremendously, especially if it was a heated pool.
You're probably right.
A heated pool.
Right.
We're not going to go with a sauna or anything like that. We're going straight to the pool.
So the tinge unit does give you electric. It's like electric muscle massager.
Catherine, do you have one?
Interesting, but I wonder if it goes because mine's disc related. I wonder if that would help with my disc. I know I can see with a muscle. I don't know. I'm a lot smarter now with the way I see it, and you don't want to slouch over and none of that. I'm trying to stay straight up and hang.
It sounded like Mr. Greg was pulling in.
I do where I did, didn't it? I lay on my belly and I pull myself up like that, and that feels good too. That also decompresses my spine, but I can't bend forward. That's what I don't need to do, and it's hard. It's hard when you put your shoes on. I mean, it's just hard not to bend forward.
Right. Somebody said we need to put heat in the pond.
Ooh.
You'd end up with some kind of bacterial infection then, wouldn't you?
Worse than my back.
It would. Goodness gracious. What is that?
But I saw a lot of people air conditioning coming.
Okay.
Asked was the turmeric in a peel form, and it is in peel form. So Catherine says it contacts the muscle for you, or contracts and releases, so it may help relieve the pain. Okay, I may try that. They wasn't expensive either. I thought it would be expensive, but it wasn't very expensive what I saw. But yeah, bending forward is what I can't do, so I'm staying away from bending forward. So hanging from the rafters though is the ticket.
Well, I'm glad you told me. I mean, I don't come up here, so I don't know if I would have found you.
Oh, and I try to count to 30 and then let go, and I do it like 3 or 4 times. And then I may do that. I find myself doing it several times a day.
Well, if it makes it feel better.
Oh, gosh, it's instant. And you can hear everything just pops. Just da 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 da.
I don't think I'm gonna hang from the rafters.
It's way better than that inversion table. I did not like the inversion table. Clag sent me a message after the last live and said he had one that if I needed it or wanted it to come get it, but I just don't like it. Just I don't like the blood going to your head and then you get dizzy and may black out and so it's way better. That's way better for me, right there.
Sounds like we need to just hang from the rafters.
I'm just gonna hang from the rafters.
Just be glad we have these rafters.
That's right.
You know, we almost didn't even put this upstairs in.
Sure didn't.
I mean, it wasn't on the plans. There was no. This was all attic space, and that would mean I would collect a whole lot of stuff if this was all attic space.
Somebody said they've had pain for 30 years, and the TENS unit and the inversion table helped tremendously. So
just different things help different injuries, I'm sure.
And yoga, that's the other thing. I love the stretching, but when my back gets hurt, I'm scared I'm going to do the wrong one.
Yeah, and injure it right.
And injure it worse.
Yeah.
So I kind of stay away from doing that until it gets back to where it needs to be. So.
Well, y'all, we forgot to tell you what happened on the way to Calfee Cattle. So we're in the middle of these back roads on the way to Calfee, and there was this little dog about the size of Dee Dee.
Yeah.
And it was in the middle of the road. And so I immediately pull the car over, and Jason's like, "Bro, we got Holly with us." And I'm like, "But it's okay. I just need to see if this dog has a tag."
I didn't want you to put it in the car with us.
Yeah. It's okay. So I pull over and I immediately get out of the car and I go walking, and little dogs go in the opposite direction I'm going. And I'm walking and I get probably a quarter of a mile from the car.
Yeah.
And here comes a car, and the dog is in the middle of the road. And I was like, "Oh no, I'm doing the wrong thing," because he's trying to get away from me. Well, the car sees the dog. The car slows down, rolls down the windows. Two older ladies, they open the door. The dog acted like he was going to jump in their car. And they said, "You want us to help you catch your little dog?" I said, "Oh, no, it's not my little dog. I'm trying to find its owner." And I could see it had an underground fence collar on, but I couldn't see a tag. And he was not going to let me catch him. There was no way. And he just kept going further away. And I said, all I can hope is that's the direction his house is, because I did all I could do to try to get him back to his house. It's just in my heart. One day it's going to backfire.
You gotta be careful.
You gotta be careful. And
you gotta be careful.
I just don't think like that when it comes to something that's in harm's way.
Yeah.
And I need to. But we didn't see him on the way home, and we took the same route. So hopefully he is.
Yeah, we didn't see him, so I've got a feeling he made it home.
He made it home. But his batteries needed charging.
And it might be one of them things, you just don't know it, but he may do that 3 times a day.
He may. Because that's not a road I travel very often.
Yep.
So, hopefully he found his way back home. But he sure was. I wasn't rescuing him to take him home, by all means. I just needed him to get back to where he was safe. Wanted to make that clear.
That's right. Yeah, we weren't taking him home.
We have.
We was hoping he had a tag.
I was hoping he had a tag, and
we could have called the vet or the owner.
Yeah.
And see.
I tried to do good.
Yep.
And hopefully I did by shooing him the right direction.
He wasn't friendly.
No, he wasn't. I squatted down and I was like, "Here, little puppy," and he got real close to me. As close as he did the whole entire time. And I went to stand up, and when I did, that was all it took. It spooked him again, and he took off. But he was cute as he could be. He was so cute. His little hair was wiry.
He was
cute. Black and white. And I got back in the car, and Holly said, "Shoo! Daddy said we didn't need any more dogs." Right, Dee Dee?
Oh, goodness.
Dee Dee yawning.
I see Dee Dee yawning.
Yep. Well, I was going to share an event that we are planning to attend. At least I am. It's going to happen on November the 16th here in the community of Billingsley. It is the Billingsley Community Center, and it's not just for us. This is a Christmas market, and it's put on by the youth, girls, and boys baseball, softball programs. I'll try to share the post on my Facebook.
Okay.
But it's from 10 to 2, and it's just people have different homemade products and things like that. And I think
right.
Santa's even going to be there.
That's what we heard.
It's a Christmas thing. So as it gets closer to time, I will share that. It's outside, so
And we'll be
hopefully-
there selling coffee.
coffee.
And
There's a honey vendor that's already going to be there.
That's right.
So don't want to step on
we don't want
anybody's
to step on
toes.
anybody's toes.
Miss Catherine from G&G will be there next to me selling her freeze-dried candy and tinctures. So, I'll find out the extent I can go with selling things, but I'm
What
just
all we can
doing it.
bring.
I'm just doing it for the community.
That's right.
It's just Greg's daughter, Miss Brittany, asked me if I
Mr.
would.
Greg.
Yeah, Mr. Greg, that's gonna make our pool. He his daughter reached out to us and asked if we would be a part of it. So I said yes, we'll be glad to.
And Billingsley is our community that we live in.
Yes,
Yep.
just a little. You just throw a little rock and you'll
Mhm.
miss it or hit it. It's a little bump in the road here in Chilton County.
You know what? I can get Brent to build me a
What?
sauna. I bet that would help.
I told you, no sauna. We're going straight to the pool.
I bet he can help me build a sauna.
It's not going to help, Dyson. I just know it. You need laps. You need to be able to swim laps.
Oh,
And
man.
Bandit said you need to be able to swim laps.
Okay.
Bandit, our dog.
I got you.
He would love a pool. Since he can't get in the pond
He
anymore,
would love
he
a
would
pool.
love a pool.
Better not have a liner.
That's right. We're going to do it right.
I saw somebody ask about it caught my eye was flavored decaf coffee, and we don't have it right now because we really don't know if it would be. It may not work because it takes Ryan so long to get a batch up, and if he gets a batch of it and it don't sell, then he's kind of stuck with it.
We may could do a pre-sale.
So that's kind of where we've been on the whole decaf thing. But if you guys are wanting that, send Ryan a message and let him know. Seriously, his email address, I think all that is over there on his Facebook page
or YouTube,
or
Ryan
YouTube.
the Roaster.
Let him know if y'all give us that feedback and he thinks that it's something that may be worth him tackling, then he will do it. Absolutely, he will do it.
I mean, he wants to make people happy by all means, but he also can't be left with something that's not sellable.
Right. So let Ryan know on that. I see it from time to time, but I can't tell if it's just enough to let him know or not. And then so y'all give Ryan a shout over there, and
we can only drink so much decaf coffee as a family of two, and we would just have to have that forever.
Oh, that's right. Oh, me. Oh, goodness.
What else you got, Jason?
You know what I was thinking about?
What?
I was thinking about this, and I see it all the time because I follow these nostalgic things on Instagram and Facebook, and so I get to see their stuff all the time. And I saw this, and it just brings back memories as a kid. I mean, this was our Halloween costume. This isn't me and Brooke personally at all, but this right here is a Halloween costume that we would have wore back in the day, and I can literally smell this costume, that plastic. Did you wear one like this with the plastic mask and that was a plastic? It was like a plastic garbage bag suit that you had.
I cannot remember one thing that I ever dressed up for.
Really?
I wonder if my mama can. I'm sure she can, but I sure can't.
I mean, I can, and of course,
and I don't even remember ever going trick or treating. Really?
I remember that crazy little rubber band on the back was cheap, and so it was gonna break at some point. And then the mask was so sharp, it had that little space for your mouth right there. I don't know how many times as a kid you'd stick your tongue through it, and your tongue would get stuck or possibly cut. And then your eyes never lined up with the holes in your eyes.
I remember the mask, but I don't remember what I was wearing a mask. It's just...
Oh, me.
Oh, Dee.
Dee. Goodness,
she
girl.
said she had to get down. I just don't remember not one thing that I dressed up as.
I also remember how hot you couldn't, that plastic. I mean, you would you would have just sweat to death in that thing. Because I mean, it was literally no breathing in it whatsoever. Strictly plastic. And oh goodness, what we got going on?
Oh, Dee Dee's gonna go let them know that everything's okay.
It was Holly. Holly's gonna start it. Holly's outside. She's gonna start the chain reaction
She is.
every time. But I remember one of mine was Flash Gordon.
I just can't remember a single one, and that's how my mind works. I was
a pirate one time, Flash Gordon. I'm trying to think what else. I was a robot. I had one of these that was a robot, and I'm guessing it was a Star Wars type deal.
Do you remember when Mary Carl was the cat? The little pink cat. She had the black tights.
Yes.
It wasn't that the cutest thing, but
That
the
was
cutest
cute.
one she ever was Strawberry Shortcake.
That was her first one.
She was so no, I think she could walk. The cat was the first one.
Cat was the first one. That's right. And then Strawberry Shortcake.
Mm-hmm. But I don't remember too many after that.
Oh, it was birds. After Strawberry Shortcake,
right.
We had 2 peacocks. We had a flamingo.
Mm-hmm.
We was the Little Mermaid one time.
Yes, that's right.
It was a Little Mermaid.
That's right.
But I was Flash Gordon. The Flash Gordon the movie came out, and I was obsessed with it. And yeah, Flash Gordon. The main thing I remember, if y'all remember this, if y'all seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about, where he has to stick his hand in that thing, and that's how he gets on, escapes if there's a creature in there that'll sting him. If it stings him, it's over. Ball game.
I saw a Hulk costume that would fit Arlo today. And Mary Carl said, Arlo is the furthest thing from the Hulk there is out there, Mama. He does not need a Hulk costume. Before I forget, we're almost to our 1 hour mark. Emu egg update.
Okay.
On Catherine's channel.
Emu egg update.
G&G Farm.
Yep.
The video comes out.
Dee
Dee was trying to say 5 o'clock.
Hey, shh, hush.
As soon as this live's over, the video will be live. But she's got the eggs.
What is she barking at?
She sees something out the window. I can see Gus, and maybe that's what she sees.
Oh my goodness. What do you see, girl?
She said, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Daddy. You gonna put her on my side."
Go ahead.
So as soon as the live is over, Catherine will have an update on not only the emu eggs, but the peacocks as well, from what I understand.
Yes.
The pea chicks that she got from me. So I know some of y'all have been asking me about it, but that is her project. The
Catherine project.
The Catherine project. So have to go see if she thinks they're fertile, if she thinks they're going to hatch.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said Jamie found an ostrich egg. Wonder what I don't think they're trying to hatch them anymore, because I think Lester was, ostriches is crazy.
Yeah.
They not like eating the nugget.
No, I don't. He reached out to us several times trying to rehome an ostrich to us.
Really? No, we don't.
That's just a little more than I think we could handle.
I've seen him with Carl, and I don't want any part of that. And now the other one, Tat. I don't want any part of that. I don't want any part of that.
No, I think we better stick to Nugget and Goldie.
That's right.
That better be our project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or Catherine's project. Sorry, don't put me in that project.
Gotcha.
I'm supplying the eggs.
Supplying the eggs.
Yes. So, what's for supper?
What is for supper?
What is for supper? I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all I cheated for supper.
You did cheat.
Mary Carl, when she gets her braces adjusted, we go to Olive Garden for lunch.
Somebody's having spaghetti and meatballs.
And I get the take home thing. There's $6 to take it home. You can't eat McDonald's for $6. So Jason is having spaghetti and meatballs from a take home from Olive Garden. And Mary Carl is having 5 cheese ziti from take home from Olive Garden. And I'm still full from lunch. So I'll just grab me something and make it happen.
Bourbon steak bites.
But I did tell him the next appointment, make it on a Monday. So that
Okay.
way I can cook and we won't have a live. And,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully next time may be the last appointment. We were thinking that this may be, but getting close. Getting close.
They rehome tat. I knew he was talking about it, but I didn't know if he actually did it or not.
Oh, wow.
Somebody's going to Cracker Barrel for their son's 33rd birthday.
How about
Happy
that?
birthday. I hope you have a great time.
Yeah.
Every time I think of the Cracker Barrel, that's where Mary Carl used to want to eat all the time when she was little. Not because of the food, but because of the gift shop.
Yeah.
And she didn't call it a Cracker Barrel. She called it the Barrel Cracker.
she wanted to go to the barrel cracker. And so between us as a family, we never say Cracker Barrel. We say Barrel Cracker.
We did for the longest time.
Yeah.
Like the beep beep.
Yep.
We don't call it a side by side. We say beep beep.
I don't know where she got Barrel Cracker from, but
no idea.
It works because we all knew where she was talking about.
Katie's having manwages.
Mm.
And I know a hot tub. I've been tossing around the hot tub idea, but Brooke's not a big hot tub fan.
I am not. I almost lost my life in one with Jason. I felt like I did anyway.
It's too hot.
It got too hot, and I've just about passed out. And from that point forward, I have been scared to get in one.
Fresh ham, sweet potatoes, and fresh collard greens.
That sounds delicious.
That does sound good.
It's got me wondering what I am going to eat. BLTs. You see that, Jason?
I could eat another one.
There were several peddlers, and I say that loosely, at the event Saturday.
Vendors.
That were selling, fresh vegetables
There was I think it was 3 farms there
that were selling fresh stuff that they were still growing because our weather has been unseasonably, dry, I should say. Dry. I hate to know I had to put a hose to all that stuff they're growing.
Are we close to Peach Park? Yeah.
We're about 10 miles from the Peach Park.
Sure.
10 miles.
Yep.
Look at her name.
Brooke Snyder. Get out of town.
Brooke Snyder. Did you know that was my maiden name? Except it's not with a Y, it's with an I.
Wow.
That was crazy,
That
wasn't
was crazy.
Brooke Snyder.
Somebody had their first pink eye purple hull peas. And I missed it. It went by too fast. But I hope you enjoyed them.
Yes, I hope so too.
I missed it. It's gone.
I made some copycat Olive Garden chicken gnocchi soup this past week. And it was pretty good.
It was good. It was really good.
Jason said you're gonna have to keep this on the
agenda really good
because he liked it.
It was delicious.
It was
really
good.
really good.
And it was fairly easy too. I chopped up all my vegetables that morning so it wouldn't be so much to do at one time. I could have made it in the crock pot probably, but my daughter's name is Brooke. How about that? Well, the Brooke part is not that odd this day and time.
Snyder.
You hear more Brooks, but not the Snyder.
Snyder with an I.
With an I.
Yeah.
You see a lot of Y's. Well, not a lot, but more than you would.
Mashed potatoes, green beans.
There's Brooke Snyder.
There you go. Brooke's their middle name.
Brooke's their middle name. How about that?
Snyder is their married name.
How about that?
Ain't that something?
Well, Brooke's my middle name too.
Mama,
Olivia's my first name.
Mama T's is having Olive Garden as well.
Is that right?
Well,
I tell you what, it came in handy today. I wasn't thinking about getting out of cooking, but I was thinking I didn't know what I was going to cook. So it came in handy. $6 for them to pack it, prep it, and you to take it home is a deal.
That is a pretty good deal. It's a lot of food too. You could actually split it and get 2 meals out of it.
You sure could. And I'm feeding 2 people for $12.
Pork chop stuffing. I don't think I've ever had pork chop
Yes,
stuffing.
you have. My mama used to make it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like chicken and dressing, but with a pork chop, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. I need to get with Dana on some bacon. That's making me want.
I know it. She had cured and uncured.
What would you want?
Cured.
Okay.
Yep. So, anyways, I hope you guys have a fabulous Tuesday.
That's right. And the rest of your afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Video coming out tomorrow.
It will be out tomorrow.
And if everything goes well, Saturday will be another live at around 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
That's the plan anyway.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
So
Till
y'all
next time.
enjoy your supper and y'all be good.